This will be recorded. It has been recorded. It will take a few days, but it will be uploaded on my website when Francis is able to do it. So you can always look at it there after a few days. If anyone has questions right now, either pertaining to the earlier part or to the current part, feel free to unmute yourself and ask. Just looking at the chat.
May I say something, sir?
Yes.
Sure. Nothing to ask, but thank you very much. A lot of confusion got cleared.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
This or that, and I was wondering why was it happening so much? Now I know. Thank you.
My pleasure. And you know, I'm one sec, Rukmini, I'm going to share one thing.
You can give the iron clothes to the driver. It's gone. Okay, let him go. Yeah.
Suraya.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I wanted to.
No, I want to share with you, with all of you, the experience of one of my clients who I take as a symbol that I should follow. When I was talking to her about this stripping of the bodies, somewhere maybe a month or two ago, she started howling with laughter. And she said, Sohrab, from January 1, every bigoted thought, every restricted thought has come straight up in front of my face for me to review. And she said, at first I resisted slightly, and then I have started changing in the moment. I don't even work. I just choose to change in the moment. And she said, I'm looking back at December and saying, who is that ghastly, restricted, dull woman? Look at the new me. I love me. And she gave me one example. She has a son who she knows is gay, and he has a partner, and she's resisted this relationship for a long time. And she said, just yesterday, I was thinking about them, and I suddenly in my head said, what the hell am I resisting? All that counts is love. All that counts is love. And she said, I called my son and I said, please bring your partner home today. I want to do an aarti for you and I want to cook lunch for both of you. And she said, in that moment, my whole relationship with my son has changed. And it just took one thought. What did I resist? All that counts is love. She said, I'm working that speed. And she said, I'm loving the new me that's emerging. Let this continue the whole year. So guys, it can be so much fun if you just don't resist. Thank you. Sorry, Rukmini, you wanted to ask me something. And my pleasure, Indira. Thank you for that comment. Yes, Rukmini.
Yeah. I've been going through this so intensely for the past 1 or 2 weeks. I really thought I'm just slipping, going back to square one, and what's happening with me? Where am I slipping so much? And I, of course, voiced it out to a few of my friends. You don't know what a relief it is like to understand what I'm going through. And no words for me to explain. Rukhsana, thank you very much once again. She's always there for me at the right time when I needed something. She'll put me into something.
You're so welcome. And
it's been happening for past 1 year.
Guys, we are so lucky. I'm going to use the word lucky. We are the 0.0001% of the entire world who understands what's happening. Everybody is going through it and saying, what the hell is happening to me? I'm breaking down emotionally. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. They don't understand. But let me assure you, even if they don't know this, as they break down, it will get so painful, they have no option but to express. So they will also do it, but they will fall a lot further than we will. We have the opportunity of understanding and catching ourselves on the way down and helping ourselves climb. We don't have to go to rock bottom. Yes, someone asked, one sec, I'm looking at the things. Someone said, oh, Indira said, you named all the 5 masters I called upon. Insights on the vaccine. Yes, that's a very good question, guys. please understand, this is my personal view. Of course, it's a connected view, but it's not what the masters have said. My feeling, partly connected, partly my own, has always been, way before the vaccine came out, my feeling has been it will help, but it will not cure. So please do not hang on to this vaccine saying, if I get it, then I'm fine. Medically, we know that it's going to give you some protection. So if you take it, of course, your immunity will get higher and it'll help you getting a lower dose of COVID if you get it at all. But my suggestion is tune in. If you are comfortable, please take it. If you are not comfortable, delay it. Ironically enough, I was not comfortable initially, but then I realized I'm going to have it because if I want to fly anywhere, I'm going to need it. So I was taking it for convenience. And then I did the opposite thing, which is I realized there were resistances in my body to it. So the night before I took it, I talked to my body and I said, please welcome this vaccine with open arms. Welcome it completely and enjoy it completely. Don't resist it at all. So it's a very personal thing. And yes, I per se think it would be smart to do it, but that's entirely up to you. I feel more than the vaccine is going to be one of several. Now we know pills are coming out in the US, nasal sprays are coming out. So I think a combination of all these is going to be what helps put COVID into the flu category rather than the COVID category. 1 minute, there's another question here. Can we do something energetically to heal collective anxiety and fear? Thank you for that. This is something I have been working on since last year, and I would urge everyone to do this. I hesitate to give specific instructions because I really like people to work the way they feel inclined. But I know sometimes people want guidance. So here's what I do, guys. And I'm only offering this as an option. Please work another way if you feel the need to. I go up into what is called the exosphere around the Earth. Let me go geography for a minute, 10 standard geography. There is planet Earth, there's the troposphere around it, then the stratosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. There are 4 actual layers around the Earth. The human collective consciousness exists in the exosphere, as do the damaging 5G rays. They go through the exosphere. So I like to go up. I just visualize myself going up. And I like to spread light to the human collective consciousness. So some days I feel like just give it calmness and light. On another day, I'll feel, no, I need to give it awakening. On a third day, I feel, no, it needs peace. So I just use intuition and give it one energy for the day. And I also know that when I'm working there, I am also mitigating the danger of the 5G rays, because the energy has to help that also. 5G is here to stay, guys. You can't stop it. So we may as well use it and negate any negative effects, as we are going to now negate negative effects of COVID without killing it. Yes, any other questions?
Hi, Sohrab, Amit here.
Hi, Amit.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's been so impactful, and like many others, it just, kind of hit the iron when it's really hot. Because last night, I was just sitting with myself and I was just asking myself what I need to do, and kind of evolve to the next, level of version of myself. And it just said one word, declutter. It just came in my, awareness, declutter. And here it is. I mean, it's bang on. You're talking about this, and how one day you get mixed up with what body to work on, whether it's physicality or emotional or spiritual. So thank you so much. It was really, like
Oh, my
uplifting.
pleasure, Amit. And in fact, I'm going to say, listen, guys, this year, let's all celebrate and be strippers. We are stripping. Let's all be beautiful strippers.
Thank you so
Anika,
much.
I think you've asked to share something. I'm not, if it pertains to the whole group, please share. Otherwise, call me privately.
Sohrab, like what time?
Can't hear you, can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No.
No? Okay, I'm just going to type it out there.
Sorry, Danika, you're very faint. I think you'll have to do it with me privately. Just can't hear you. Okay, guys, anyone else want to say or share or ask?
Sohrab, may I? Hi, Shubha here. Hi.
Hi, Shubha, of course.
Just wondering, I mean, it was very interesting that the master said to you that this is not quite a planned thing. So are you saying it's picking up people at random?
Oh,
Are
no,
you
no, no.
saying that?
Oh, no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
not at all. Thank you. I'm so glad you asked that because that would be a point of confusion. Not at all. No.
Okay.
When I say it's not planned, I mean, we had not anticipated this or written it into our charts.
Right.
So
Right.
when we came to 2020, all of us had to literally think on our feet and work on it the way we did.
Okay.
But we all know that diseases have an emotional background.
Right.
That's why one person gets cancer and another person gets an ulcer and a third person gets a cold. With COVID, I have found, I mean, please, I'm not in any way minimizing the trauma and the pain and the suffering people have gone through, and many of you have experienced. We've all know people, we've all lost people. So I'm not minimizing that at all. But I have found it an amazing awakener for the people who've gone through it. And I know that some people have used it to actually exit. They needed to exit and they've chosen to go this way.
Okay.
I am reminding everyone of a meeting I held at the beginning of last year, where the masters explained that we are all moving to 5D. And for those who get stuck and absolutely refuse to move, they said they will be called home by their higher souls. So the master had said last year that over the next 2 to 3 years, there will be many, many more exits than you are anticipating. And when I say exits, it doesn't have to be a COVID exit. It can be a heart attack or anything. But there are a lot of exits from a lot of people who are stuck. Now, not everyone who is exiting is stuck. Again, don't assume that. Some people, it's their time to go. Some people are choosing to go, but some people are stuck and are exiting. I was talking to a client yesterday. I won't name her, but hats off to her. She came to death's door, actual death's door, and came home eventually from COVID. And what she shared with me was marvelous. She said prior to that terrible, terrible last moment almost, she said, I was completely delirious. So from an earthly perspective, I was talking nonsense, but I was going into realms I've never experienced before. And I can't even describe them to you, Sohrab, but I can still experience them. And then she said, I saw a huge, she didn't see a tunnel of light. She saw a disc of light. And she said it was so tempting, and I wanted to leap into it. But something, I just said, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not going. And the light faded out and she started getting better. But medically, she was at that brink. Now, I was talking to her and I said, how has this changed you? And she said 2 or 3 things. She said, my whole perspective of life is different now. I just don't sweat the small stuff anymore. I mean, I can't get bothered with a little fight with someone or an argument. It has no meaning in my life anymore. I mean, it's so unimportant compared to the experience I've had. And she said, I really understood what it means to live in gratitude. She said, we've all played with this phrase before. I'm a spiritualist and I have been grateful in the past. But she said, Sohrab, moment to moment, I'm in gratitude. I walk into my room, open my cupboard, and I'm in gratitude to my beautiful clothes there. She said, I'm just in gratitude. I'm not even trying to do it. And then she ended with the most beautiful thing. She said, I wouldn't change this experience for anything. So, my God, how it has awakened her.
Yeah, as
Now,
someone, sorry.
People have different experiences, of course, but sometimes it's an awakening for you. Sometimes you are honorable and you take it on to awaken people around you. Sometimes it's for family awakening. So there are so many reasons. Yes. Sorry.
Right. No, I was just saying that as someone who's been through a mild sort of COVID phase myself, you know, the lessons have come thick and fast, surrender, gratitude, faith. I mean, there were days when I was so breathless. All I could do was lie and say, Baba, just take over. I can't even breathe, you know. That kind of surrender I have never experienced in my life. And I'm so glad, really, like she said, that this happened so that now it's accelerated in a sense, Brilliant. Yeah.
I want to share one more thing that I've been saying from the beginning. Look, it's not possible not to be scared about getting it or when you have it. It's not, we're human.
Right.
But I've been urging everyone from the beginning, please don't allow yourself to go into terror. That is the most dangerous thing for your immune system. Terror paralyzes the immune system and you get really, really bad. Now, I have 2 or 3 clients who are COVID doctors. And one of them, I asked her, because she took a session with me after, poor thing, she was so exhausted, obviously. And I said, what are you observing with the patients? Who recovers, who gets worse? What are you observing as an actual medical person working in the hospital on COVID patients? And she thought for a moment and she said, people who come in with a positive attitude and who are scared but not terrified, they get well very soon. But she said, Sohrab, there are 2 groups of people who get very, very bad and most of them die. She said, 1, those who are utterly terrified. And she said, 2, those who are very, very rigid in their opinions. And I found this so interesting. I thought about terror, but I'd never thought about rigidity. So if you are a person which is black and white is white and my way is the only way and this way is wrong, think about that rigidity. It also paralyzes your immune system. You don't flow in the body. You don't allow yourself to heal. So she herself said, of course, anyone who comes to hospital with COVID is going to be scared. How can you not be scared? You're separated from your family. You're alone. You're worried. Of course you're scared. She said, but I'm not talking about fear. I'm talking about terror. There is a difference. And I think she's right. There was a question from Zareen when I talked about stuck people.
Yes.
What do I mean by stuck is Zareen's question. We are moving forward into the 5th dimension, all of us. And we are in a tunnel right now, which is the 4th dimension. So we are actually no longer who we were, but we don't quite know who we're going to be. We are walking this strange tunnel. So we've got to allow the new you, the new us to evolve. Again, rigid, stuck people who are refusing to give up their old ways of behaving, their old thought patterns, their old belief systems. Black is black, white is white. My word goes, nobody else is right. Stuck.
Okay.
Let me give you a simple, I like practical examples, very practical example. What is 5D thinking? What is 3D thinking? Let us say a woman is in a rough relationship. Forward 5D thinking would be her sitting down and saying, what do I want to manifest from this relationship? Now, let's say she wants to heal it. Then she has to take forward steps to healing it. Remember, endeavor. She has to consult a therapist, talk to her husband, talk to a friend, see how she can change herself, work towards healing it. That's 5D thinking. Another woman may say, no, I realize my relationship is over. I want to separate. So in her case, 5D thinking would be consulting lawyers, talking to her husband, talking to her family, taking steps forward to separate. Backward thinking, stuck thinking is, this relationship is so bad, but where am I going to go? I'm too poor. I have no skills. I have no money. I can never leave. I'm helpless. I'm hopeless. Just let me leave it. Let me do nothing. That's stuck.
Okay.
There's always something you can do.
Thank you so much, Sohrab.
That's very simply is forward and backward thinking.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's see, questions. Thank you all. There's so many compliments here. Thank you very much. Someone said that I have been told by another spiritualist that COVID will bring about a split in human consciousness. There will be those who choose to shift to the light, love, and compassion, 5D, and other lot who will go deeper into the fear paradigm, embracing more technology with a more materialistic view of life than today. There will be a greater polarization than today, in short. Is this likely to happen? It's a very good question. I'm going to put the same thing in different words. COVID and the reboot of Earth that I've described and the stripping of the bodies that I've described are opportunities for all of us to shift, grow, and evolve. But remember, free will reigns supreme on Earth. So how you take it, how you shift is up to you. Some will do it very quickly, some will do marginal shifts, and some won't. Yes, that much is correct. But I differ on the overall perspective of that comment. And I'll tell you why. Planet Earth is moving forward now at a gung-ho pace. And she has told me in an earlier meeting that over time, not immediately, but over the next 200 to 300 years, she is no longer going to house 3D energy at all. She will not be a 3D planet. She will be a 5D planet. Now, when I say 5D, I don't mean we are going to be spirit beings. We'll be physical beings just like we are now. But she is moving towards a 5D consciousness, which is a consciousness where most people, if not all, work with integrity, compassion, awareness, understanding, seeing the bigger picture, seeing other people's points of view, not just their own, and so on. A much wider, vibrant, healthier perspective of Earth. And she is walking towards that. So there will not be place on Earth for those eventually who refuse to move. But is it going to happen in the next 10 years? No, I don't think so. It's going to happen gradually. And then eventually, guys, if we want to go to a 3D existence, we won't be able to come to Earth. We'll have to find another planet. But I have no intention of going to another 3D existence after this one. I think we'll end here, guys, now. So lots and lots of love to you all, and thank you. Thank you for being here today. As I said, the recording will be on my website shortly. Take care of yourselves, and I really look forward to seeing you in my home in the next maybe 4 months.
Another next session soon.
I'll come to Bombay for that.
Lovely.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sohrab.
guys. Take
Thank you.
care.
Thank you,
and God
Sohrab.
bless you.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.